ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ब्रह्मानंदवल्ली 6th अनुवाक। असन्नेव स भवति असद्ब्रह्मेति वेद चेत् अस्ति ब्रह्मेति चेद्वेद सन्तमेनं ततो विदुरिति। तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य। This Brahmanandavalli begins with the Mahavakyam Sutra Bhuta Mantra, that is Kim Tad Brahma Katham Tasya Vedanam Ka Brahma Praptihi. The 3 questions. What is that Brahman? Kim Tat Brahma? For that Upanishad answer, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Existent consciousness, infinite principle is called Brahman. Satyam means existence, Jnanam consciousness, Anantam infinite. This is the nature of Brahman. The second question is Katham Tasya Vedanam. How to know that Brahman? For that Upanishad answer, Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. That Brahman can be known in one's own heart. Yaha Veda, the one who knows what? Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. That Brahman as available in one's own heart, as awareness or as a consciousness principle. That is the second answer. So Brahman is available in one's own heart and he can recognize or discover that Brahman. Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. So what is the benefit? Saha Ashnute Sarvan Kaman. He attains all desires. His desires will be fulfilled. Sarvan Kaman Ashnute. Then Brahmana Vipaschita iti. The one who knows this Brahman as oneself. How to know Brahman? One should know Brahman as oneself. Then Upanishad said, Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam. How to understand? For that Upanishad presents the Annamaya Panchakosha Prakriya. First Upanishad presented the Annamaya Atma as Annamaya Kosha as Atma. Then Upanishad negates. First Adhyaropa. Presenting this as Atma is Adhyaropa. Negation of that Atma as Anatma is called Apavada. Presentation of something as Atma is Adhyaropa. Superimposition. Presentation of that same Atma as Anatma is called negation. Apavada. So Annamaya is Anatma, Pranamaya is Anatma, presented as Atma, negated as anatma. Again, manomaya presented as atma and negated as kosha, anatma. Then vijnanamaya presented as atma and negated as anatma. Then anandamaya also presented as atma, priya, moda, pramoda. That ananda, what we are experiencing, is interior to vijnanamaya kosha. That ananda, there are two types of ananda. Anandamaya is atma, Upanishad says first. Then finally Upanishad says this anandamaya is also a kosha ananda. It is a vishayananda. Beyond this anandamaya kosha, ananda atma is there, you have to recognize. How to understand atmananda, vishayananda, the difference. Very important. Priya, moda, pramoda. Happy, happier, happiest. Priya means happy. I am happy. Moda, happier. Pramoda, happiest. So three types, three gradations are there. Priya, moda, pramoda all come under Vishayananda. Now let us see what are the differences between Atmananda and Vishayananda. Vishayananda is a droplet from Atmananda. Every Vishayananda, what do you mean by Vishayananda? Ananda, that which is born out of a Vishaya object, is called Vishayananda. Okay? Vishayananda is that. Ananda means you know. Vishaya means an object. A happiness that which is born out of an object. That is the condition. This object is the condition for my happiness. Putrananda, for example. What is the cause of your ananda? My putra, my son is the cause. Therefore, son is the condition for my ananda. That is called conditional ananda. Now, I give some points based on this. Okay. Now, Atmananda, Vishayananda, you can write. Or Atmananda and Anatmananda. Atmananda, number one, is Swarupa Ananda. That is Swarupa Anandam, not based on any condition. It is a Swarupam, that itself is a Swarupam. Swarupa Anandam, that is Satyam. This Ananda is Satyam, real. Anatmananda is that, or Vishayananda is Anubhavananda. It is not Swarupananda. It is born out of some experience. Anubhavananda, Rasagulla experience. Rasagulla Anubhava, Janya Ananda. Or you can take Putri Janya Anubhavananda, House Janya Anubhavananda. Whatever Ananda comes out of something, Anubhava. Whence that is Satyam, Svarupananda, Anubhavananda becomes what? Mithya, anartham. Anubhavananda is Mithya, Anityam, temporary. Point number 2, Atmananda is called Bimbananda. Bimbananda. Original Ananda, Bimbananda. Whereas this Ananda, Anatmananda is Pratibimba Ananda. It is a reflected Ananda. A reflected Ananda, not original Ananda. It is a reflection. Reflection cannot exist without original. So reflected Ananda is real or original Ananda is real? Original Ananda. Here OA. Okay. Original Ananda. Ak there RA. Reflected Ananda. Like we see our face in the mirror. There are 3. Priya, Moda, Pramoda, Madri. Imagine there are 3 mirrors in front of you. Your face is here and you are seeing one reflected face in one mirror. That reflected face number 1. Reflected medium number 1. Reflected face number 1. Reflected medium number 2. Reflected face number 2. Correct dane? So reflected medium number 3. Reflected face number 3. How many original faces? 1. 1 original face, 3 reflected mediums, and 3 reflected faces. Now tell me, these 3 reflected faces, can they exist without this original face? They cannot exist. That which cannot exist without this original face, those faces are unreal. They are dependently existing upon original face. This is grivastha mukham, that is darpanastha mukham. So darpanastha mukham mithya. Darpanastha mukham, the face appearing in this medium mirror is unreal, false, mithya. It cannot exist independently. But grivastha mukham, whether reflected face is there or not, reflected mediums are there or not, your original face exists or not. Grivastha mukham exists, thank God. If a reflected medium goes, reflected face also goes, original face also will go away? No. Original face exists intact. Like that, Atmananda is Swarupa Ananda, like a original face. Okay? This Priya, Moda, Pramoda. Okay, now you can take 3 here, mediums. Husband or wife. Putra, Putri. Okay? Temporary examples I am giving. There are so many objects for giving happiness. Here, husband or wife. One mirror. Okay? This Atmananda reflects in that husband. Husband is the condition for my happiness. That happiness born out of husband is not original, but it is born out of Atmananda. What is the medium? Husband is the medium. What Ananda you got? My husband. Vishayananda. Husband is the Vishaya or medium for my Ananda. So husband Ananda is Vishayananda. Veetukku poi solladungo. Don't say. Vishayananda. Where from that Vishayananda born? Emerges from my own Atma Swarupananda. What I think, the Ananda born out of my husband. If it is born out of my husband, that happiness should be there all the time. But it is not there. Is it not? Many times there are problems. Of course, wife also. Okay. Happiness born out of wife is not from the wife. It is Atmananda reflects in that medium. This is the fact. I am not joking. This is the fact. Then Putri Ananda. Daughter. Putri, another medium. Moda. Priya, Moda. Daughter, Ananda. Where from it has come? Swarupa Ananda. Adi Vishayananda. Putri Vishaya Sambandha Ananda. Anatmananda. That's why many times daughter gives problem. Or husband gives problem. Son also gives problem. Therefore there are fluctuations. Even Putra Ananda, much more. Adukku Pramoda vechirken. Enna paiyan enna panam koduppa maasam. He is only taking care of my house. Adukku second lo vechita, third lo. Pramoda Ananda, adu also Vishayananda. So Putri Ananda, Putra Ananda, Pati Ananda or Patni Ananda, all are reflected Ananda. That Ananda born out of Atmananda. That's what Upanishad says, Atmananda, Nirvikaram. Just as there is no vikara in original face, but in reflected faces there may be a change. if a mirror is dirty and the reflected face look dirty, if it is a convex or concave lens mirror, the face also looks like a long or broad face. But original face is not changing. Nirvikaram. Similarly, Atmananda is Nirvikaram. It will never change. But Putra Ananda, Putri Ananda, Pati Patni Ananda will Savikaram. That is Savikaram, changing. Monnavarku nallada irundar Swamini. It's very fine, very nice person. This ladies go on telling. This person is very nice. Savikaram. So Pati Ananda, Putra Ananda, Patri Ananda, Putri Ananda are Savikaram, changing. That's why our happiness born out of husband or son or daughter, or even by house or car, anything, even our job. Okay? Sometimes when we are working, earning also, all these Anandas are not Nirvikaram, they are Savikaram. Savikaram means what? Undergoing a change. They are called Savikaram. So, Anatmananda or Vishyananda is Savikaram. Atmananda or Swarupananda is Nirvikaram. Unchanging. This is the third point. Fourth point is Atmananda is Avishayananda. No Vishaya is required for to be happy. Atmananda is Nirvishayananda or Avishayananda. Vishaya is not required. Object is not required. That's why once you recognize you are Brahman, Ananda Swarupam, that's why Jnani, Atmanyev Atmana Tushtaha. He is or she is happy. Why? There is no why question. Worldly people, if you ask, why are you happy today? He gives an answer. Why are you happy? I got promotion. I got a good job. I got a gold medal. Like this, they give an answer. If you ask Jnani, why are you happy? No answer. Why can't I be happy? He will ask. Because happiness is my Swarupam. There is no why answer. Whenever I say answer for my happiness, all that is Vishayananda. Whenever anybody asks you, why are you happy today? You are looking so nice and you are looking so pleasant. You are so happy today. Why? Somebody asks. You give answer. Or if you don't give answer also, there is some answer in your mind. I am happy because of something. Sometimes we feel like that. நமக்கு அறியாமலே ஒரு ஆனந்தம் வந்துடும் மனசுல. எதுக்காக இந்த ஆனந்தம் வந்தது என்று சொல்லி நமக்கு நம்ம क्वेश्चन பண்ண ஒரு ஆன்சர் கிடைக்கும். அது எல்லாமே விஷயானந்தம். விஷயானந்தம். That's why Savishayananda, Anatmananda. This is the fourth point. Fifth point is how to attain this Atmananda, Swarupananda. Jnana Sadhyam. It is possible only through knowledge. Jnana Sadhyam. Sadhyam means can be acquired. Jnana Sadhyam, through Jnanam alone, knowledge alone. What knowledge? Not computer knowledge, physics knowledge, science, any knowledge. Worldly knowledge. Atma Jnana Sadhyam. By knowing that Chaitanyam Brahma Hamasmi, that is called Jnanam, this Ananda is possible. For Jnani only it is possible. For ignorant people it is not possible. Therefore everyone has to become Jnani. Jnanananda. And the fifth point in Anatmananda, Anubhavananda. It is an experiential Ananda. Anubhavananda. Anubhava Ananda or experiential Ananda is Anatmananda. The last and final point is Atmananda is Aparichinna Ananda. Imperishable. Aparichinnamanna unlimited, imperishable Ananda. Aparichinnam. Unlimited, imperishable Ananda. இந்த ஆனந்தம் போயிடுமோன்னு கவலை இருக்காது. வந்தா அப்படி வராது, அது வரது கிடையாது, போறது கிடையாது. பட் விஷயானந்த அனுபவானந்தா, அந்த விஷயம் இருக்கிற வரைக்கும் ஆனந்தம் இருக்கும், விஷயம் போகும்போது ஆனந்தமும் போயிடும். அதான் அனுபவானந்தா. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் அபரிச்சின்னம் ஆத்மானந்தா. அனாத்மானந்தா இஸ் பரிச்சின்னம், லிமிட்டெட், perishable in nature. Now tell me, you want anatmananda or atmananda? Every one of us vote for atmananda. We have to work for that. How to work, Swamini? காது மேல வச்சு தலை கீழே வச்சு டாப்ஸி டர்வி போஸ்டர்ல வருமான் ஆனந்தா. ஆல் யோகிஸ் டூ தட். సమాధిలో పోయి ఇన్ యోగ అభ్యాసాలో బ్లాంక్ స్టేట్ ఇఫ్ యూ గో యూ గెట్ ఆనంద, సమాధి ఆనంద. దే థింక్ దట్ ఈస్ ఆత్మానంద. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఎడిక్షన్? సమాధి ఆనంద. దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ రియల్ ఆనంద. దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ స్వరూప ఆనంద. ఆనంద బార్న్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ వాట్? సమాధి స్టేట్. కండిషన్ దాని. వన్స్ యూ కమ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ సమాధి, సమాధి అన్న ఏదో సమాధి నెనక్కాదుంగో, ఇది సమాధి అన్న వన్స్ యూ గో టు అబ్జార్ప్షన్ ఇన్ మెడిటేషన్, డీప్ మెడిటేషన్, యూ మెర్జ్ ఇన్ సైలెన్స్, యూ ఫర్గెట్ ద బాడీ, మైండ్, కాంప్లెక్స్ థాట్స్, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇస్ బ్లాంక్. యూ గెట్ ఆనంద దేర్. కెన్ యూ కాల్ దట్ ఆనంద యాజ్ ఆత్మానంద? కెన్ యూ కాల్ దట్ ఆనంద యాజ్ స్వరూపానంద? కెన్ యూ కాల్ దట్ ఆనంద అపరిచ్ఛిన్న ఆనంద? Can you call that Ananda Jnanananda? No. It is not Ananda born out of Jnanam. It is not Ananda, it is not Aparichinnam. As long as that Samadhi state is there, that Ananda continues. That Samadhi state goes, Ananda will go away. That's why people become addicted to Samadhi. In that Ananda, they think that is Atmananda. Many people commit that mistake. That's why they take these people transcendental meditation, that type of meditation. They merge deep into meditation and they say, எப்படி இருக்க? பிரமாதமா இருக்கன்னு சொல்லுவான். மெடிடேஷனுக்கு போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் they go deep meditation. They forget the body, mind, problems, everything. Deep meditation, அது சமாதி, நிர்விகல்ப சமாதி. And after coming out, the Guru asked, எப்படி இருக்கேன்னா? அப்பா, நோ வேர்ட்ஸ். அதுதான் ஆத்மானந்தா. புரியறதா? புரிஞ்சு போச்சுன்னா என்ன போச்சு? ஆனந்தா. அவ்வளவுதான். 99.99% of people mistake Ananda, Samadhi Janita Ananda as Atmananda. Big blunder. That is the greatest blunder. Now here itself I am the consciousness, Chaitanyam, Brahma Swarupam, Ananda Swarupam, in spite of all problems, in spite of all traumas at physical level, mental level, because this Anatma, Shriram, Manas cannot touch my real Swarupa Ananda. They cannot touch. I am Asangaha. I don't want such conditional Ananda. That is not real Ananda. Samadhi Janita Ananda is not Ananda. Never be trapped by that type of practices. One more Ananda is there, I will tell you. Okay, this is Samadhi Ananda, this is a big mistake. Okay, Vishayananda, worldly people are all suffering, enjoying Vishayananda, they are thinking that is Ananda. And Samadhi people are also come to conclusion that is Ananda, that is Vishayananda actually speaking. There is one more Ananda. A kick, kick is bang, opium and all the people are addicted to. One type of addiction, that is opium, alcohol type, and very, very powerful drugs. A person who take powerful drugs, that person also very, very happy. எப்படி இருக்காண்ணா? அப்பா 7th heavenக்கு போயிட்டு வந்தான்னா. போயிட்டு வந்துட்டியா? அவ்வளவுதான். This is called bhang. In Himalayas, the people go for sadhana, they want to get Atma Jnanam, they want to get moksha, and they think that type of experience, That is Brahmananda. And once they addicted to that, every time they want to take that bhang. And they take big hookah. And I saw many people in Rishikesh, Haridwar and all, and they also wear saffron clothes, and always they are smoking, drinking like this in hookahs, opium. It is a type of addiction, and that person forget all physical pains, mental pains, everything. And he comes to conclusion, yes, this is called mokshananda. Edi, bhang ananda, mokshananda. Enna pandrathu? That's why people commit mistake. Shastra says even Anandamaya Kosha is also a Koshananda. This is Vishayananda. There is beyond Koshananda, Anandamaya Kosha, that is Turiya Atma. How can I attain this? This mantra says Rug mantra. These are all, we have completed lesson. Just I am revising. A long revision. Priya Moda Pramoda Ananda is Anatmananda. It is not real Ananda. And a dog, dry bone logic. Dog bone and a dog that eats a dry bone. This is the best example. A dog got a dry bone and it took the dry bone and started crushing that bone in the mouth. Once it is crushing and the bone has got very, very sharp edges. Once it's crushing that sharp edges of that bone, because of that crushing, that whole mouth, jaws are wounded. And blood is oozing from its mouth, dog mouth only. And dog swallowing that blood and crushing the bone, again blood, flesh is coming into the mouth and swallowing. What dog thought, Aha, in the bone lo, how much flesh blood is there. What a nice bone I got today. I am fortunate really. Dog thought. I am fortunate now. Today I got a very nice food, nice meal. Where from that dog getting flesh and blood? From its own mouth. Dog could not recognize I am swallowing my own blood and flesh. How a dry bone can have flesh and blood, tell me? Dog can be unintelligent. Dog can be unintelligent. What about this human being? What nice ananda I got today. Any Vishya ananda is a kick like. Okay. Kick therimo? Ananda. My son is coming from abroad. Another kick that is. Kick and the time anandama irukum. Apro? Ayo. You are insecure that ananda may go. Even Yavvanam also, Rupam also, Jara also, Jara Bhayam, Rupa Bhayam, Yavvana Bhayam, the Roga Bhayam, Vyadhi Bhayam, all these Bhayams why person is getting? Because of fear. So therefore, there is dog, if it is not knowing means, okay, what about this Buddhi, God? Dog, if you reverse it, God. This human being who is the crown of this creation can recognize that I am God, generator, operator, destroyer, consciousness, principle to this entire universe. But this God, forgotten he is God and taken himself as an ordinary human being. Not even ordinary human being. I am a suffering, miserable victim of this whole world. I am victimized by this whole world. I am exploited by this world. I am victimized by this world. Who is thinking? This God who has forgotten God and Ulta. He reversed that God. And the dog ku buddhi illa, manidanukku buddhi enge pochu. Shastra is asking, enge pochu? Em pochu? He lost his faith in God. He lost his faith in Shastra. He asanne vasa bhavati. See that Rug mantra now. Upanishad says, if you want to own up that Brahma Satyam, I am that Brahman, first you believe there is Brahman. Asti Brahma iti Veda asannevasa bhavati. If anybody says there is no Brahman, there is no God, that person is as good as accepting his non-existence. Brahmane kadiyadu, கடவுளே கிடையாது, பகவானே கிடையாது అని யாராவது சொன்னா, it is as good as saying நான் இல்லை, I am not existent అని சொன்னது மாதிரிதான். Why? God is not there. There are people, no? Tamil Nadu thriving, no? Tamil Nadu, all nastikas, they are thriving. Na asti iti nastikaha. Na asti yaha vadati saha nastikaha. கடவுள் கிடையாது. அந்த கடவுள் ரிலிஜன்ல கடவுள், பிலாசபில பிரம்மன், வேதாந்தம்னா பிரம்மன்னு கூப்பிடுவோம். அவ்வளவுதான். மாயா சகிதம் பிரம்ம ஈஸ்வர, காட், பகவான். மாயா ரஹிதம் பிரம்ம ஈஸ்வர இஸ் பிரம்மன். So Brahman is not there. அசன் அசன் அசத் 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 అని சொன்ன நீ இல்லாமலே போயிடுவேள். ஏன்னா that Brahman is your real nature. So therefore, if you accept Brahman is there, Brahman is there, Brahman is there, believe, keep faith in that, one day you become Brahman. One day you become Brahman. கடவுள் இல்லை 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 நாஸ்தி நாஸ்தின்னு சொன்ன நீ இல்லாமலே போயிடுவேள். அசன்னேவச பவதி. Look into the mantra. Brahma asat iti veda chet. Brahman is non-existent. Thus, if one considers Brahman is not there, thus if anyone considers veda chet, saha asat eva bhavati. He alone becomes non-existent. How? How can I become non-existent? If I say Brahman is not there, God is not there, I am here, I exist. How can I become non-existent? You have to understand carefully here. These are all not said there, mantrala. You have to extrapolate all these corollaries. If I believe there is Brahman, there is God, what will happen? That belief makes me dharmic. I become a dharmic person. Once I become a dharmic person, value-based life I follow. Once I follow value-based life, then I become Jnana Yogya Purushaha. Jnana Yogyaha Bhavami. How? I keep faith in God. Because of that faith, I will become dharmic. Because of dharmic, I do all good actions, good karmas. Once I do good actions, good karmas, rituals or anything, I become Jnana Yogyaha, qualified to get Jnanam. Once I become Jnana Yogyaha Purushaha, what will happen? There is a possibility of Shastra study, Guru Prapti, Moksha Prapti, Jnana Prapti. So therefore, Artha Kama Pradhana Purushaha can never believe in God. Materialistic people, Artha Kama Pradhana, all Western countries are Artha Kama Pradhanas. Artha Kama Pradhana Purusha, Dharma is subservient. What to talk of Moksha? Mokshamana enna ani keppan. What is their goal? Artha Kama. That's why the person for whom Artha and Kama are Pradhana, he will go adharmic. See the connection. He will become an adharmic person. Unrighteous way he lives. எனக்கு பணம் வேணும், I want fulfill my desires. எனக்கு பணம் வேணும், I want fulfill my desires. So what? I go whatever way I want. All adulterations, all culprits, and all sorts of dharma violence I do. dharmic violence. Then that person artha kama pradhana, avanukku dharmam venuma, dharmikama irukkanum aasha irukuma, irukadu. Therefore artha kama are the primary goals. But whereas a person who believes asti brahma iti veda chet, see, brahma asti, brahman is existent, brahman is existent. Suppose one accepts that tataha, then he consider himself to be existent. Because since God is all-pervading, God is all-pervading, God exists and non-existent illaya. I am existent. Why? This is also an embodiment of God. God is not there and shunna, I am also not existent. See the logic. Very, very important mantra. That's why Nastikas cannot thrive in this country. Astika, astika, astika. Asti, asti iti yaha vadati astikaha only get moksha. Nastikas never get moksha. Avaniki body and ananda, sharira sukha ananda, indriya bhoga ananda, artha kama pradhana. Dharma is irrelevant. Dharma is redundant. Dharma illanna Brahma jnanam varad. So enter into Dharma, that is religion, and enter into Brahma. Dharma will take you to Brahma. First Purva Mimamsa says what? Athato dharma jijnasa. Jaimini Maharshi says, Dharmama iru, dharmama iru. Dharmamana vaalke venum. Then what? Automatically your desire for either in this janma or next janma, any time, you will get shreyas, mangalam, auspicious. What is that? Adhato brahma jijnasa. Brahma. Then you inquire into Brahman, you recognize that Brahman, I am. My real nature, original nature. This is the fact. Who has to come to say, you are a human being. You are a human being and chollanuma? Tell me, anybody you require, anybody's proof? Without doubt irukka? Human being non, andula doubt irukka? Kediyadu. Yes, Swamini, theriyirade enna. It is very much evident. Idu eppadi evidento? Aham Brahman and the truth that is evident for a Jnani. Oh, for Jnanik evident. Enakku? If you study Shastra, whoever studies Shastra thoroughly, for all of them, it is evident fact. It is not given by any Shastra. It need not be given by any Guru. It need not be given by God, because no one can take out. Your humanhood, no one can deny. Your Brahmanhood also no one can deny. This is your own birthright, your own property. Who has to come? You have to beg, Anandam kudu, Anandam kudu. You are Ananda Swarupam. Why you are begging for Ananda? Husband gives Ananda, Putra gives Ananda, Putri gives Ananda. All these Anandas are depending upon me, Brahmananda. Why I have to depend upon anyone? That's why a Jnani is never emotionally dependent on anybody. Emotional dependence is because of ignorance. Ignorance is because of lack of Brahma Jnanam. I am Brahma Swarupam. Asat iti veda asat bhavati. Saha non-existent. He will become non-existent. That's why many people passed away in this history, So many people. Rajas, big people. Bill Gates, all Gates will go away slowly. But who remain? Whom we are remembering? Not Tata Birlas. Tata gone? Recently gone, no? Huh? Birla also? Gone? Huh? Gone or going? Ellarume po vendida. But we don't remember so many people gone. But we remember great rishis, great Mahatmas, not because of their money, not because of their name and fame, just because of their jnanam. அடைய வேண்டியது அடைஞ்சிட்டான், ஞானம் அடையணும், அதுதான். தட் இஸ் வை ஞானம் சத் சத் சத். அதுதான் நம்ம வீட்டில் யாராவது ஏதாவது கேட்டா இருக்கான்னு சொன்னா இல்லைன்னு சொல்லக்கூடாதா, என்ன சொல்லணும்? நெறிஞ்சிருக்கன்னா, நெறிஞ்சிருக்கன்னு சொல்லணும். தெலுங்குல கூட இருக்க, ஆந்திரால கூட இருக்கு, எல்லி ஸ்டேட். ஏதாவது வீட்டில் உப்பு இருக்கா, மில்க் இருக்கா, ஏதாவது இருக்கான்னா நெறிஞ்சிருக்கான்னு சொல்லணுமா. நிறைய இருக்கான்னா என்ன, இல்லைன்னு அர்த்தம். இல்லைன்னு டைரக்டா சொல்லக்கூடாதா. அண்ணா பாருங்க என்ன சாஸ்திரம் படிச்சிருக்கா அவங்க எல்லாமே. இல்லை இல்லைன்னு சொன்னா இல்லாமலே போயிடுவேன். யூ வில் பிகம் பாப்பர், யூ வில் பிகம் வெரி புவர் பர்சன். அதனால இல்லை இல்லைன்னு சொல்லாது, நெறிஞ்சிருக்கன்னு சொல்லுன்னா. வாட் எ கான்செப்ட். யாருக்கு புரியும் இந்த கான்செப்ட்? That concept based on this mantra, Yajurveda, Taitriya mantra, that concept based on. புரியுறதா? இந்த டெப்த் இருக்கு இந்த மந்திரம்ல. So, asannevasa bhavati. Next, what this mantra says, Yenam viduhu, this consider him to be existent. Thus ends the Rig mantra. It says, Yaha ஏஷஹா ஏவ ஷாரீர ஆத்மா தஸ்ய பூர்வஸ்ய. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஒன் மோர் வேர்ட் இஸ் தேர். சந்தமே நந்ததோ விதுரிதீன். சந்தம், சந்தம் மீன்ஸ் ஆஸ்திகான்னு அர்த்தம். தென் த வைஸ் பீப்புள் கன்சிடர் ஹிம் ஆஸ் டு பி எக்ஸிஸ்டன்ட். சந்தம் ஆஸ்திகா, he is existent person. Enam viduhu tataha. Wise people recognize that person as existent who is accepting the existence of Brahman or God. Who is not accepting, wise people consider him as non-existent. Poda povan sollidva. We never bother. Nastikas patti we don't bother. Yeah. Avan nasti no. Puriyaliya? Gaudapadacharya says in Mandukya Upanishad, why I have to bother about the Nastikas? Who is talking about the God is not there, God is not there? Who is talking about that God who not there, that person is not there. When that person is not there, Nastikaha, why I have to think about that non-existent person? I don't want to waste my time and energy to think about that non-existent person. Why you have to waste time? Don't waste. Therefore, study Upanishad. That person who is talking about Astikaha. Next mantra we will read. So this is Vijnanamaya, ulla irukira Atma. Then Vijnanamaya became what? Kosha and Anatma, Mithya. All this we have Karyam. Anandamaya is the superior. That is the meaning. Now we'll read this next mantra. Athato nu prashnaham uta vidvanamum lokam pretyam kaschan gacchati aho vidvanamum lokam pretyam kaschit samashnuta This mantra is a diversion, small diversion. It is called Anuprashna, raised by the student. Ka Brahma Praptihi comes in only in 8th Anuvaka. Now the second question answer also over. What is that answer? You can recognize Brahman in your own heart by making this Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha as Anatma. Once you travel all this and go inwards, you recognize that Brahman. This is the Paddhati methodology. And what do you mean by Brahma Prapti? Before going to that third question answer, a small diversion. Asal Brahma astiva nava, another question. So first you have to accept. Here see the first. Ataha anuprashnaha. Atha. Now follows ataha. Therefore. Therefore means upadesha anantaram ityarthaha. Sishyasya yasmat sishyasya samshayaha vartate tasmat ityarthaha. Yasmat, because that student has got a doubt, therefore this question is relevant. This question of a student based on the previous teaching. What is that previous teaching? Brahman is nature and how to attain Brahman, and may you believe in that Brahman existence. Up to here the teaching has taken place. Now what is that question here the student asked based on the previous teaching? Ataha anuprashna. Atha means later. Therefore, because of a genuine question asked by the student, anuprashnaha. Akarantaha pumlingaha anuprashna shabdaha prathama vibhakti bahuvachanam. See, there are not two questions. Two questions are Brahma, he is asking, Uta avidvan lokam pretya kaschana gacchati, a question. An ignorant person, after his death, will he attain Brahman? Is the question, first question. An ignorant person, avidvan means ignorant person, atma ajnani. Uta means indicates the doubt. Is an ignorant person will attain Brahman after his death or not? Avidvan amum lokam pretya kaschana gacchatina. Thus ignorant man, after leaving this world, means that body, reach amum lokam, that Brahman, reach amum lokamanna, not Brahma loka, Swarga loka. That Brahman, will he reach that Brahman or not? This is my question. Brahma, Satyam, Jnanam, Brahma, I understood. And from that Brahman only, as Brahma Karanam, Nimitta Karanam, Upadana Karanam, you said, okay, I agree. Is this ignorant person will attain that Brahman after death or not? That is one question. Avidvan lokam pretya, amum lokam pretya gacchati, that Brahman he attains in it. That means you said all came from Brahman. Tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhutaha akashad vayuhu vayoragnihi agnerapah adhyah prithvi prithivya oshadayah oshadhibhyonnam annat purushaha. Wonderful. Brahman is the nimitta karanam, Brahman is the upadana karanam. Everything came out of Brahman. I am asking you, this ignorant person who came out of Brahman, will he merge into Brahman or not? The question for to the teacher. The student is asking the teacher, Edi chonnalum kashtanda, Guruki. It is trapped anamata. Teacher is trapped. By whom? By the student. Brilliant student. If Ajnani also attain Brahman and chonna without Atma Jnanam, suppose teacher says, எதுக்காக தைத்திரிய உபனிஷத்து படிக்கணும்? அஜ்ஞானம் இருந்தாலும் கூட பிரம்ம பிராப்தி இருக்கு இல்லையோ, பிரம்மன் மெர்ஜிங்னோ. So that person will come to conclusion there is no necessity of Shastra study. Why? Ajnani also merging anyhow. I am Ajnani. I have not studied any Upanishad. Even without studying Upanishad also, I can merge into Brahman. Therefore what? I need not come to next Thursday class. So Guru should not say Ajnani will merge into Brahman. Suppose Guru says, no, Ajnani can never merge into Brahman. If merge ahuvan chonna, Shastra become redundant. Ajnani could if merges into Brahman. Shastra become meaningless. Shastra study become meaningless. Dharma Shastra become meaningless. Second point, suppose Guru says Ajnani cannot merge into Brahman. What will happen, you know? What is the problem? According to law, the principle, Karana and Karya, this person born out of Brahman, he is Karyam, Brahman is Karanam. Once the Karyam get destroyed, where it has to merge? Karanam. Karanam is Brahman. Brahman lak merge ahino milliyo. Suppose I say this Ajnani will not merge into Brahman, appo this person is not born from Brahman. And I do. Very, very difficult to understand this. இப்போ அஜ்ஞானி மெர்ஜ் ஆக முடியாது பிரம்மன்லன்னு சொன்னா, பிரம்மன்ல வந்தப்போ பிரம்மன்ல தான் மெர்ஜ் ஆகணும். காரியா should merge into what? காரணம். You are telling Ajnani is not merging. That means Ajnani is not born from Brahman. That means what? Brahman is not there. அதுக்கு தான் previous mantra. Ajnani is not merging into Brahman. Ajnani is a karyam, product. Sriram, body, Atma, from Atma only he came. He should merge. He is not merging means he is not born out of Brahman and Aido. He is not born out of Brahman and Chonna. Enna ahum? Appa Brahmane ille. Brahman is not there, Aido. Evada dosham varuparu. Merge ahu and chonnanu problem. Merge ஆக மாட்டான்னு சொன்னாலும் ப்ராப்ளம். என்ன சொல்லணும்? என்ன சொல்லணும்? உபனிஷத் இஸ் கோயிங் டு ஆன்சர் யூ. தட் இஸ் த क्वेश्चन asked by the student. நான் சொல்லல, ஸ்டூடெண்ட் இஸ் ஆஸ்கிங். ஆர் செகண்ட் क्वेश्चन இஸ் உத ஆஹோ அதர்வைஸ் கஷ்டித் வித்வான் அமும் லோகம் பிரேத்யா பிரம்ம சமஷ்ணுதே. After leaving this body, does a wise man reach Brahman? Does that wise man reach or not? I want to know. Does ignorant avidwan reach Brahman after death or not? Please tell me. Does a wise person merge with Bhagavan after his death or not? Tell me. This is the question. For this question, Upanishad is going to Shankaracharya is going to add one more question. Here only two questions. Shankaracharya brings another question. Why he brings? There is a grammatical problem. Anuprashnaha means three questions. Sanskrit lo ekavachanam, dvivachanam, bahuvachanam mood irukku. Ikkada anuprashnaha annadu enna vachanam? Bahuvachanam. Appo ethana questions irukkanum? மூடு இருக்கணும். இங்க எத்தனை கொஸ்டின்ஸ் இருக்க? ரெண்டு தான் இருக்க. அப்ப மூணாவது கொஸ்டின் என்ன? ஹிடன். தட் கொஸ்டின் இஸ் ஹிடன், இம்ப்ளைடு. தட் தேர்ட் கொஸ்டின் இஸ் இம்ப்ளைடு. வாட் இஸ் தட் தேர்ட் கொஸ்டின்? Shankaracharya says we are supplying that. That third question is, does Brahman exist? Brahma astiva nava? The third question. ஸோ பிரம்மன் அஸ்திவா நவான்னு, பிரம்மன் இருக்காரா இல்லையா அது சொல்லுங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட்னு. இருக்கா நம்புறவனுக்கு இருக்கா, இல்லை அது நம்பாதவனுக்கு இல்லை. அதான் ப்ரீவியஸ்ல பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா. இருக்கா நம்புறவனுக்கு இருக்கா, ஹி வில் அட்டைன் பிரம்மன். இல்லை అని சொன்னவனு அவனுக்கு இல்லை, హీ కెనాట్ అటైన్ బ్రహ్మన్. వచ్చి దానికి దీనికి సరిపోయింది. హౌ a difficult situation Upanishad also face. When a person asks, it's not so easy to answer for a human intellect. You just question, you cannot say this is wrong. Once a question born from the human intellect, it must be answered. The Upanishad takes different methods to answer. Every intellect is, the question is answered in the Shastra. அவனுக்கு இன்டலெக்ட் தகுந்த மாதிரி ஆன்சர் பண்ணும். நீ பிரம்மன் இருக்கன்னு சொல்றியா, நீ இருக்கு. பிரம்மன் இல்லைன்னு சொல்றியா, நீ இல்லையே இல்லை. பிரம்மன் இருக்கன்னு சொல்றவனுக்கு பிரம்மன் பிராப்தி இருக்கும். பிரம்மன் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லாதவருக்கு பிரம்ம பிராப்தி கிடையாது. therefore பிரம்ம அஸ்திவானவா? First say Brahma Asti, then claim Brahma Asmi. Brahman exists, first you say. This is called belief. God exists. That's why we people believe in God. God exists. Where? Everywhere. When? All the time. God exists. Therefore, Brahma Asti, Asti, Asti iti vadatu. Anantaram, Ahameva Brahma Asmi, Asmi. This is Jnanam. So, belief must be converted into Jnanam. Brahma Asti is a belief, Brahma Asmi is a Jnanam. There is a lot of gap between. Asti ani chonnada Asmi ஆக முடியும். Asti ani சொல்லல Asmi ஆக முடியாது. என்ன பிலீஃபே இல்லை, where is the prapti? Therefore our children should not say there is no God. If any time if our children says there is no God, we have not brought up them properly in artham. It is our mistake, not children's mistake. It is our mistake. Therefore be careful. If they believe in God existence, one day or other there is a possibility of attainment of Jnanam. That's what Upanishad says here. Third question, Shankaracharya implies here, nobody has got a doubt if Brahman is evident. Brahman, see, if Brahman is evident, அந்த சந்தேகமே வராது. பிரம்மா அஸ்திவா நவா, பிரம்மன் எக்ஸிஸ்ட். எல்லாரும் வந்து கேட்குறாங்க, காட் இருக்காரா? இருக்கார். நீ பார்த்துட்டேன்னு கேட்பான் உடனே. காட் எக்ஸிஸ்ட்னு சொன்ன, சப்போஸ் யூ சே டு யுவர் சன் ஆர் டாட்டர், காட் எக்ஸிஸ்ட், என்ன பார்த்துன மாதிரி சொல்றியே, ஆஸ் தோ யூ ஹவ் சீன் யூ ஆர் டாக்கிங் தேசே. நமக்கு அப்படி என்ன ஆகும்? வில் பிளிங்க். சொல்லணுமா வேண்டாமா? ஒன்ஸ் யூ சே காட் எக்ஸிஸ்ட், தட் பர்சன் ஆஸ்க், ஹேவ் யூ சீன்? Have you seen? If I say Brahman exists, have you seen? They ask. If it is evident, nobody will ask. God is evident to me, Brahman is evident to me, this question will never arise. Since Brahman is not evident for our perception, there is a possibility of doubt. It is a genuine doubt. What Upanishad answer? Next week we'll see that. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.